We open on our main character Meng, a wealthy artist who is currently on the hunt for a very specific employee. Her fixer, Lisa, shows her a lineup of potential candidates. But Meng is so not impressed. She's not just looking for a pretty face. She needs someone with legit acting skills. Basically an Oscar-worthy performer for a top-secret role. And the pressure is on because she's on a super tight deadline. She needs to find the perfect person for the job today. Like, right now. Just then, a man named Ryan walks by. And his eyes, immediately lock with Meng's. There's this instant flash of recognition. A feeling that they've met before. Meng is immediately intrigued. But Lisa drops a major bombshell. The guy is terminally ill and only has 3 months left to live. The look on Meng's face says it all. In a shocking twist of fate, she whispers that she's in the exact same situation. She also only has 3 months, and that 3-month timeline is starting to sound real sus. First, she gets a call from a photo studio wanting to display her anniversary picture with her husband, Derek. Then, her insurance agent confirms that Derek took out a huge life insurance policy on her. And guess what? It becomes effective in exactly 3 months. The truth is hitting her hard, making it impossible to focus. The dots are connecting, and the picture they're painting is absolutely terrifying. So Meng seeks out Ryan. The actor she just learned shares her fate. He assumes she's looking for a different kind of service, but Meng shuts that down immediately. She's not here to hire his body. She's here to hire his talent for a very specific performance. Ryan, being a quick thinker, assumes the target is her. But Meng has someone else in mind. The mission is simple. Pose as a rich heir. Seduce the target. And the payment is massive. We're talking 10 million. All expenses. By day. Plus her entire art gallery. Ryan immediately scoffs at the AIDA, brushing it off as some boring soap opera plot about a wife and a mistress fighting over a man. He is so not interested. But his sharp perception actually impresses Meng. She sees Chaim not just as a pawn, but as a potential smart ally in her game of revenge. She calls Chaim out for smoking, knowing he's in the final stages of his illness. Ryan is shocked and demands to know how she got his medical records. See, Meng did her homework. She found out about Ryan's own scheme to buy a huge life insurance policy for himself. She knows all about his terminal diagnosis, his history growing up in an orphanage, and how he's trying to provide D for his sister. She questions how he even managed to buy the policy while being sick, and more importantly, who the beneficiary is. Our girl has all the receipt bits. Meng basically tells Chaim his plan is not gonna work. She knows he's trying to commit insurance fraud, and that it's a terrible AI. She explains that a policy that big will trigger a massive investigation, one that could last for over a decade. Even if his sister got the money, she would have to live in hiding forever. Meng hits Chaim with the ultimate guilt trip, asking if he could really do that to her. Then she slides over the target's file. Her name is Susan, and she's a graduate of a high-end sugar baby academy, specializing in trapping rich men. Ryan connects the dots, figuring he needs to seduce Susan to get Meng's husband's money back. But Meng quickly corrects Chaim with ice in her veins. It's not her husband's money. It's hers. Hes still skeptical, asking why she's so sure he'll take the job. That's when Meng plays her final, devastating card. She reveals that she also has a 3-month life insurance policy, a little gift from her husband and his mistress. They're both on a death countdown. She frames their alliance as a grand finale. Since life is like a play, she wants their final act to be spectacular, not a boring, tragic ending. With their deal sealed, the plan begins. At a glamorous party, Meng points out Ryan's target, Susan, who is cozied up to another man. And in another plot twist, Ryan realizes the man with Susan is none other than Meng's husband, Derek, the very man she's plotting against. As they watch the cheating couple, their voices become a dark duet, listing all the ways Derek betrayed her, all while he's promising to deliver Susan's every desire. The scene cuts to their second anniversary. Derek, putting on his best performance as a loving husband, apologizes for being late and toasts to their marriage. Mung comments that the drink tastes different, and Derek replies with the coldest line ever, saying he added his sincerity. The irony is absolutely chilling, and we hear exactly what that sincerity contains. In a secret conversation, Susan complains to Derek about how long it's taking to get righty of Meng. He assures her the plan is set. Derek admits he only ever married Meng for her family's money, mocking her art and her inability to have children. Hez, a straight-up villain with zero redeeming qualities. He promises that once Meng is gone in 3 months, all of her family's assets will belong to them. They seal their disgusting plan and leave for their usual spot. Back in the present, Meng processes this ultimate betrayal. The memory of his words, "my sincerity," now cuts like a knife. She realizes her entire marriage was a meticulously planned scam. But instead of breaking, she dies to fight back. It's time to give them a very special gift, and so begins her counter-offensive. She makes an anonymous tie-bee to the authorities about Derek's hotel activities. Although the scandal is quickly squashed, the first shot has been fired. Next, she meets with her financial advisor and discovers the true extent of Derek's betrayal. Hez transferred most of her money to his law firm. The blows keep coming. He used her name to take out a mortgage on her house over a year ago, and the payments are 4 months overdue. And if that wasn't enough, he also took out a loan against her late father's inheritance. Derek has systematically stolen everything from her, right under her nose. Later, Derek calls her, putting on the same fake, caring husband act. He lies about being busy with a difficult client, when he's clearly with Susan. The camera pans to show Susan holding a designer bag, the same one Derek had promised to Meng. It's a visual confirmation of his lies and deceit. Ryan, now her confidant, tells her that a scumbag like Derek isn't worth her tears. His words seem to strengthen her resolve. This is her turning point. Meng declares her mission statement. Shay's going to divorce Haim, take back everything they stole, and leave them utterly ruined. Back in planning mode, Meng outlines the first phase of their operation to her team. Ryan's job is to lure the snake out of its hole and make Susan fall for Haim. She sets Haim up in a safe house to avoid he being followed. But Ryan has a validity complaint, questioning if his current, basic outfit is really rich air material. After a major glow-up, they test out his new persona. A shop assistant immediately falls for the act, asking Meng where she found such a handsome boyfriend. Ryan plays along perfectly, replying smoothly that it's because his girlfriend is just that amazing. The chemistry is totally there. Meng is genuinely impressed. She was right. He really is a talented actor. And she feels confident that he can pull this off. Ryan assures her that she has nothing to worry about when it comes to his performance. Has a pro, and he's ready to play his part. The scene is set at a club. Another rich guy is flexing by offering to pay for the whole night. This is the kind of energy that attracts someone like Susan. And speak of the devils, Susan and Derek walk in. Susan is already working Haim, asking if he'll buy her whatever she wants tonight. Of course, Derek agrees instantly, promising to buy her anything her heart desires. Hez completely wrapped around her little finger. Back with our duo, Ryan thinks their flashy sports car might be a little too extra. But Meng argues that it's standard for the main characters in the dramas he acts in. She needs his performance to feel natural and authentic. According to her intel, Susan and Derek shouldn't even be in this area at this TM, but Ryan spots them instantly. He lightly teases Meng, saying her investigation skills might be good enough to fool Haim, but not a pro like Susan. Thinking on his feet, Ryan dies to ditch the plan and I improvise. Since this is their grand finale, he wants to start the show with a bang. He intentionally causes a minor fender bender with Susan's car. Her friend immediately gets out, yelling at Haim for being a reckless driver. But the moment Susan lays eyes on Ryan, her whole vibe changes. She's instantly sizing Haim up, and you can tell she's impressed with her new high-value target. She plays it cool, brushing off the ident. But then her friend makes a snarky comment about Haim being desperate for her number. Ryan stays completely unbothered. He says it's just his habit to be thorough. Since she says she's fine, hell, just take a picture for his records and be on his way, without asking for her number or anything. He just gets in his car and drives off. This complete lack of interest is the ultimate power move, and it clearly leaves Susan intrigued. Later, Meng comments that his playing hard to get strategy worked perfectly. It seems the tactic is effective on both men and women. Ryan explains that a good hunter is always ready to strike. Has figured out Susan's routine. She hits the gym every day at 4 p.m., but Meng reveals that her usual gym is just for show. It's part of the Sugar Baby Academy's curriculum, designed to help women sculpt the perfect body to attract men. Her real battlefield is a high-end gym downtown. That's her pre-em hunting ground for wealthy, elite targets. Meng knows that Derek isn't Susan's only mark. Her signature move is using her body to lure men in. Meng tells Ryan the ball is in his court now. At the gym, some rando tries to hit on Susan, and she shuts Haim down instantly, calling Haim a broke loser. She has zero TM for guys without money. Meng warns Ryan that the classic damsel in distress move is too cliché for a pro like Susan. But Ryan has a much better plan. Hes not trying to save her. He's trying to make her want to conquer him. As Susan lifts weights, she tries to stage a fall, clearly hoping Ryan will catch her. But Ryan's accomplice, Jing, ties him off, and Ryan expertly steps aside, letting her stumble. Meng is surprised, thinking he missed a perfect opportunity. But Ryan explains that would have been boring. His goal is to spark an unstoppable desire in her to win him over. As more guys try and fail to get her attention, Meng realizes they're all part of Ryan's act. He hired them to create a scene. Ryan then breaks down his master plan, dropping some serious psychological knowledge. It's not about being handsome, it's about being rare. Every other man in the gym is fawning over her, but he is the one exception. By staging this entire play, he has successfully become her scarcity, the one thing she can't have. Meng is once again blown away by his strategic mind. This guy is more than just an actor. He's a certified mastermind. Later, Susan finds Ryan and tries to play it coy, asking if he recognizes her and playfully taking his picture in return for him taking hers. But Ryan keeps his cool, telling her he deleted the photo right after their encounter. Since there was no damage, there was no reason to keep it, further cementing his disinterest. Back at the safe house, Ryan expected Meng to equip him with expensive props, but she explains the psychology behind her choice of a simple bag of lemon drops. A wannabe like Susan needs luxury items to build her eye image. But truly wealthy people don't care about price tags. They value the emotional connection of a specific moment, and just like that, the fish is on the hook. As Ryan tries to leave, Susan stops Haim, clearly wanting to see Haim again. Meng declares the first step a success. Susan now fully believes that Ryan is a rich heir. Now it's time for phase 2, making Susan and Derek turn on each other. In a quiet moment, Meng finds Ryan studying up on art, clearly preparing for his role. Hes taking this seriously. He tells her the plan is progressing faster than expected. Susan has already invited Haim to an art exhibition. He asks about Derek's status, and Meng confirms that her husband is still completely obsessed with Susan, texting her non-stop. The stage is perfectly set for their trap. Ryan jokes that Susan is a total team management master, juggling multi-bile guys at once. Hes learning that it's not just a guy thing. In a surprisingly tender moment, Meng offers to bring Ryan's sister for a visit, but he gently declines, saying hell, go see her high himself. As it starts to rain, Meng notices his quit smoking. Ryan admits he used to smoke, hoping to speed up the inevitable end. But now, she's made Haim the leading man in her play. She gives Ham a lemon drop, a sweet gesture to help with his cravings. The candy triggers a flashback for Meng. She once offered the same to her husband Derek, who completely brushed her off. Unlike Derek, Ryan actually loves the candy. He playfully asks her to make more so he can quit smoking for good. blurring the lines between their contract and a real connection. Later, Meng shows Haim one of her paintings. And this is where the story takes a massive turn. Ryan instantly recognizes it. In a flashback, we see his little sister showing Haim the same drawing years ago, telling Haim her teacher taught her how to draw it. That teacher was Meng. It all clicks into place. They weren't strangers after all. Their lives were connected long before this revenge plot ever started. Ryan comments that the smile from the original drawing is gone now. He plays it cool, saying he just feels like he's seen the painting somewhere before. He admires her gallery. And Meng reminds Haim that it will all be his once the mission is over. But his response shows he's already catching feelings. He tells her it's not about the reward. He's just glad that she had her art and the gallery to keep her company all these years. As the rain pours down, Ryan rushes out to her with an umbrella. He gently tells her she doesn't have to be so guarded and strong all the time, especially not with Haim. Meng deflects, pretending she can't hear Haim over the storm. So Ryan pulls her closer under the umbrella, their faces just inches apart. He pivots back to the plan, telling her she has to be at the art exhibition with Susan this weekend. Hez planned a little dog-eat-dog drama for her to enjoy. On the day of the show, Meng and Derek have a painfully fake conversation. He asks why she's so busy, and she throws the question right back at Haim. But Meng knows the real tea. Derek is only free because Susan ditched their regular weekend date for her new target. Ryan, at the exhibition, Derek arrives expecting to meet Susan, but he finds Meng instead. The look on his face is pure, unfiltered panic. They both lie through their teeth. Meng says she's there for inspiration. Derek claims a client canceled on Haim. The tension is so thick you could cut it with a knife. Just as Derek suggests they browse together, Ryan stages a run-in with Susan, bringing all the players into the same space. Derek is speechless when he sees them together. He immediately confronts Susan, demanding to know who Ryan is. She fumbles, trying to pass Haim off as just a friend. But Derek is not buying it. And then comes the checkmate moment. Meng glides in, playing the perfect, naive wife. She asks her husband to introduce his familiar-looking friend, Trapped. Derek lies that Susan is just an investment consultant who helped his firm, then formally introduces Meng as his wife. The awkward energy is off the charts. Susan tries to assert dominance, condescendingly saying they shouldn't talk business because Meng wouldn't understand. It's a low blow, but Meng is ready for it. Our queen claps back elegantly, reminding Susan that as a major investor in her husband's firm, she's actually a shareholder. The power dynamic shifts instantly. Ryan then makes his move, knocking Susan's handbag over. Meng seizes the opportunity, pointing out it's the same expensive bag Derek had promised her. As Derek awkwardly promises to buy her one, Ryan drops the bomb. He calmly states that Susan's bag is a fake. He points out that the paint from his hand caused the bag's color to bleed, proving it's a cheap knockoff. The public humiliation is brutal. Ryan then twists the knife, suggesting that someone must have gifted her the fake bag, planting the seed of doubt directly in Derek's mind. Trying to save face, Susan invents a wild story about her bag being swapped for a fake during maintenance. It's a desperate lie, and everyone sees right through it. Ryan keeps up the pressure, sarcastically suggesting she used the receipt bit to sue the fraudster with her lawyer friend Derek's help. Humiliated, Derek quickly drags Meng away, alone now. Susan asks Ryan how he knows so much about designer bags. This opens the door for Haim to deliver the final blow. He shares the cold, the hard truth of the sugar daddy theory of luxury goods. Rich men give mistresses things that can't be easily turned into cash. He explains it keeps them trapped in a cycle of high spending and prevents them from having enough cash to cheat with other men. The lecture hits way too close to home for Susan, clearly rattled. Susan makes a quick exit. Meanwhile, Meng confirms the next stage is ready. The seeds of discord have been sown, just as planned. Susan confronts Derek, throwing Ryan's words right back in his face. Derek fly, biss out, immediately suspecting Ryan told her everything. Their argument explodes. Susan accuses Chaim of being cheap, while Derek accuses her of pawning the real bag for cash to spend on her new boy toy. Susan hits back, saying he can't expect her to have his baby without a serious financial commitment. She demands a multi-million-dollar payout or she's out. Furious and paranoid, Derek immediately calls his assistant and orders a full background check on Ryan. Has determined to find out who this guy really is. Meanwhile, Meng and Ryan visit the pawn shop. Meng thinks Susan chose this niche shop because of her sophisticated taste. But Ryan knows better. She's not that deep. Meng Dekai dies to leave the pawned bag as bait to keep Susan and Derek fighting. She still can't figure out why Susan is so desperate for cash. Ryan offers to dig into it, but Meng shuts Chaim down, not wanting to risk exposing their plan. She decides to have her own fixer, Lisa, investigate instead, but Susan is one step ahead. She tracks Ryan down and confronts Chaim directly, accusing Chaim of investigating her. The tension is sky high, right on cue. A waiter arrives with a package for Ryan. It's a clutch save, perfectly teamed to defuse the situation. Inside D is an ultra-exclusive, handmade designer bag from a fake brand they invented called Monat. It's the perfect bait for a luxury-obsessed target like Susan. Ryan explains he had the very first one ever made, flown in from France just for her. Susan is absolutely captivated, completely falling for the con. This Monat bag is more than just a gift. It's a carefully crafted trap, designed to expose Susan's greed and her AI identity as a professional gold digger. The waiter, who is in on the act, adds that the bag is the first of its kind in the world and invites Ryan to the brand's upcoming launch party to make Susan jealous. The waiter then offers Ryan a rare Hermes bag for his other girlfriend. The bait works perfectly, not wanting Chaim to buy a gift for another woman. Susan quickly accepts the Monat bag and insists they leave. Mission accomplished. Turns out, the whole scene was a setup orchestrated by Lisa and Xing, who were relieved their quick thinking saved the mission. Later, Lisa's investigation reveals the truth. Susan is on the run after scamming a real estate tycoon, which is why she's so broke. Meng smiles, realizing everything is falling into place. With Susan desperate for cash and Derek getting bled dry, the real show is about to begin. So Meng is curious how Ryan made the fake brand feel so legit. I mean, Susan is a pro. She would have checked. Ryan explains it was simple tech magic. They scraped her social media data and used big data to flood her feed with targeted fake info about She's been literally brainwashed. The next step is to get her to invest in the fake brand, making her lose every penny she scammed. But Meng, ever the strategist, sees a way to make the plan even better. In a quiet moment, Meng gets a text from Lisa. Ryan hasn't been taking his medication. She asks him if he's okay. He admits he's been so consumed with their plan that he's almost forgotten he's sick. Then Meng gives Chaim a huge jar of homemade lemon drops. The vibe gets heavy when Meng gets a call from Lisa. Derek has just transferred a massive amount of money to Susan, and he's checked on Meng's life insurance policy again. The weight of the betrayal hits Meng hard. The man who was supposed to protect her is now the storm she has to face, literally counting down the days to kill her. Just then, Ryan appears with his signature umbrella. He finds her crying, and I immediately apologizes, blaming himself for Derek's actions. He didn't expect Derek to be so pathetic as to just throw money at Susan when he felt threatened. But Meng assures Chaim it was never his fault. Derek was always going to betray her. Their marriage was a lie from the start. As the rain pours, she notices the umbrella is tilted to protect her, leaving him exposed. She adjusts it. A small, intimate gesture. He then promises her that everything she lost, he will get it back for her. Cut to the big event. Susan's friends are hyping up Monat, saying it's the new must-have for high society. The manufactured buzz is working perfectly. Ryan arrives with Susan at a lavish private showcase, welcoming her to the game he designed just for her. She's completely blown away by his supposed wealth and status. In a quick flashback, we see Ryan explaining the plan to Meng, It's risky. But he's confident because he's planted info with Susan's friends to build hype from the inside. Back in the present, they meet Sasha, the actress playing the Mon at brand agent. Ryan introduces Susan as a potential girlfriend, adding a personal stake to the business. What follows is a masterclass in manipulation. Susan tries on several bags, but Ryan dismisses her every choice, subtly destroying her confidence and establishing his dominance. He then delivers the ultimate power move, telling her they're just bags and buying every single one in the showcase for her. Meanwhile, Lisa's PI has the dirt. Susan, whose real name is Rose, scammed a property developer who is now hunting for her. Meng sees an opportunity. Instead of telling Derek, she decided to anonymously tie B off the angry tycoon about Susan's location, letting him become another pawn in her game. Back at the hotel, Ryan frames his lavish spending as an investment. Sasha then claims the brand already has a 200% return rate, dangling the perfect bait. Ryan then gives Susan permission to sell the bags online, framing it as a way to test the market for him, has literally handing her the tools for her own downfall. Just then, the tycoon storms in, calling her Rose and accusing her of running off with his money. Susan tries to deny everything. When the man gets violent, Ryan steps in and plays the hero, punching Chaim and having Chaim thrown out. This completely deifies Susan's trust in him. Later, Susan checks the resale sites and is shocked to see people offering Trebile the price for the bags. The fake hype machine is working overtime. She immediately asks Ryan if she can invest her own money, but he refuses. He uses their relationship B as an excuse, saying he doesn't want to put her at risk. This reverse psychology works like a charm. Susan is now more desperate than ever to get in on the action. But just as she's about to make her move, Derek crashes the party. Hez here to expose Ryan, calling Chaim a con artist and an actor. Susan, totally smitten, jumps to Ryan's defense. Ryan, a true actor, plays it perfectly cool. He frames Derek as a bitter, jealous rival who's just lashing out because he lost the girl. As Susan tries to kick Chaim out, Derek plays his trump card. He reveals the background check he had done on Ryan. He cruelly announces that Ryan is an orphan, trash, who was abandoned at a welfare institution. Susan is completely floored. But wait, plot twist. Derek's big gotcha moment is about to backfire spectacularly. He shoves the file in Susan's face, telling her to see what kind of trash she's dealing with. He opens it, ready for his victory speech, but his face just freezes. The document inside D is not what he was expecting. Not even close. Turns out, our Queen Meng had already flyby-ped Derek's assistant Chloe. She blackmailed her with evidence of her own shady dealings. So when Derek hired a second PI, Meng was already prepared. She showed up at his office, created a distraction, and swapped the real file with a fake one. The dossier he's holding now paints Ryan as a powerful heir from a wealthy family. He literally played Chaim himself. To make things worse, Susan is now furious with Chaim for trying to slander her new man. She's completely on Team Ryan now. But Meng wasn't done. With Derek distracted, she had Lisa report his law firm to the authorities for hiring lawyers with fake licenses. So, as Derek is having a meltdown, Ryan tells Chaim to check the news. The scandal is breaking live. His entire career implodes on national television. Dow loved to see it. Hez forced to give a humiliating public apology. Amai dis the chaos. Ryan gets the best news. A donor has been found for Chaim. He has a chance to live. He texts Meng, but gets no reply. With Susan fully hooked, the final part of the trap is set. She and her friends now beg Ryan to let them invest in his fake brand. He plays hard to get, saying the minimum buy-in is tens of millions, way out of their league. Then he walks away, leaving them desperate. But things take a dark turn. Having lost everything, Derek snaps and has his thugs abduct Meng. Has gone completely off the rails. The stress of it all takes a toll on Ryan, whose nose starts bleeding again. has been pushing himself way too hard for Meng's revenge. Of course, the reverse psychology worked. Susan calls and agrees to the multi-million investment. The money trap has officially snapped shut. Meanwhile, Meng goes to the orphanage and learns a shocking secret. Ryan is the older brother of a little girl she used to teach painting 2 years ago. The little girl from the painting he recognized in her gallery? Their connection was fate all along. She also learns the life insurance policy he took out was to secure a future for his sister. The weight of his sacrifice hits her hard. She finds Chaim at his mother's grave and asks why he never told her. He simply says he feels like he'll be seeing his mom soon. Suddenly, he collapses in pain. Meng takes him to his childhood home to recover. While he's sleeping, she sees the bruises on his back from Derek's thugs. She tells Chaim his job is done, that she'll handle Derek herself. But he refuses, confessing he wants to protect her not as a job, but because being with her gives Chaim the courage to live. They share a quiet moment on the roof, watching the stars. Hez about to confess his feelings, but pulls back, the reality of their situation crashing down. Meng leaves, telling Chaim to take care of himself the second she's gone. Ryan calls Lisa and tells her to pause the search for his surgery. Hez choosing her revenge over his own life. Meanwhile, Derek launches a PR campaign, forcing Meng to play the part of the happy, supportive wife to save his public eye image. But she has her own plan. She decides to build Chaim up in the public eye, only to make his inevitable downfall even more spectacular and humiliating. In a flashback, we see her trying to push Ryan away for his own safety, telling Chaim his job is done and the rest is her own fight. But we know it's too late for that. But Ryan isn't having it. He argues the job isn't done until the money is secured. In his eyes, her fight is his fight. And this is where Meng gets real. She confesses that she deeply regrets pulling Chaim into her toxic revenge plot. She opens up about her own past, how she was so focused on winning a competition that she missed the last precious moments with her dying father. She sees herself making the same mistake now, using Chaim as a pawn and robbing Chaim of TM with his own family. It's heartbreaking stuff. Ryan just listens, then promises her a gift when it's all over. The flashback ends, showing how devoted they've become. Back in the present, Meng springs her next trap. With Derek desperate for cash, she offers to connect Chaim with some shady investors. And in a savage callback, she serves Chaim a glass of water, calling it her sincerity. She's been secretly drugging him, causing memory loss and incontinence. The plan is to make Chaim personally guarantee a massive fraudulent loan. With his judgment clouded, and Meng dangling her own reputation as collateral, he signs the papers. Just then, Meng learns Ryan's condition has worsened because Hez refusing treatment. This news pushes her to end things quickly. Meanwhile, Derek takes his new loan money and gives it straight to Susan, who faked a pregnancy to get it from Chaim for her big investment. She immediately texts Ryan to let Chaim know the 10 million is on its way. The greed is real with this one. Panicked by his health, Meng tries to cut Ryan loose one last time. She sends Chaim his payment and declares their contract over. He calls her out, knowing she's lying to protect Chaim. It's a heartbreaking scene as she begs Chaim to go get treatment for his sister's sake. The night of the final showdown arrives. Meng plans to go alone to a hotel to expose Derek and Susan. But Ryan shows up, refusing to let her face them by herself. He reveals he already intercepted Susan's investment money and returned it to her. He tells her it's team for the final performance, and they're doing it together. The trap is set. Ryan calls Susan, who has Derek in her room, and pretends he's coming up. She panics and tries to stall Chaim, but Ryan shows up at the door anyway, catching them together. He plays the betrayed boyfriend, demanding to know what's going on with Derek. Derek, not to be outdone, announces that Susan is pregnant with his child. The drama is at an all-team high. Cornered, Susan makes a fatal mistake. To save face with Ryan, she admits the pregnancy was a lie to get investment money out of Derek. It's game over. Both men act disgusted and walk out on her, with Derek demanding she return his money. Just as the chaos peaks, Meng arrives with a crowd of reporters. Perfectly timed to catch the entire messy confrontation on camera, she plays the shocked and devastated wife, while the reporters fill her in on her husband's affair. Derek is publicly humiliated. The aftermath is pure chaos. But the final nail in the coffin comes when another story breaks online. Photos of Chaim buying adult diapers surface, and the reporters notice a very suspicious wet patch on his pants. It's over for Chaim. Back home, Derek is a pathetic wreck, begging for forgiveness and trying to blame Susan. But Meng isn't listening. She just drops the divorce papers on the table, has shocked. But then she hits Chaim with the ultimate truth bomb. She knows he wanted her dead for the insurance money. The look on his face is priceless. Our queen lays out her terms. Either he signs the divorce papers and gives her the house, or she exposes every single one of his crimes. He threatens her, so she reveals her ace in the hole. She knows he's an unlicensed lawyer and about the attempted insurance fraud. Checkmate. And this is where he has a full narcissistic meltdown, blaming his entire life of creme on her for being born privileged. The classic "you forced me to do it" line. It's clown behavior, but Meng just serves Chaim the cold, hard facts. She lays out all of his lies and manipulations, telling Chaim he didn't lose to her. He lost to his own greed. With her revenge complete, Meng meets with Lisa. But even though she's free and has her money back, she's not happy. She can't get in touch with Ryan. Lisa finally reveals the truth. Ryan found a bone marrow match. He wanted to get better and live a new life, all because he met her. In that moment, Meng realizes her revenge was never the most important thing. She finds Him and playfully tells him their 3-month contract isn't over yet. They spend a perfect day together, full of hope for the future. He even asks her to be with Chaim for his surgery the next day. But as she leaves that night, the unthinkable happens. A desperate Susan appears and shoots Ryan. As he's rushed to the hospital, Meng listens to a heartbreaking voicemail he left her. He confesses he was afraid of this, and that he needed her more than she ever needed him. 3 months later, Ryan is alive, but in a coma. Meng's victory feels empty, as she's consumed by guilt. One day, she receives a package. It's the handbag she designed. Ryan had secretly sent her sketches to the Real Monet brand, and they produced it. She realizes this was the gift he promised her. Just then, she gets the call. Has woken up. She rushes to his AD. He tells her he could hear her crying while he was in the coma. And that's what made Chaim fight to come back to her. Having faced death and darkness, the two survivors finally get their hard-earned happy ending, ready to start a new life together.